Alright, welcome back everybody. I've decided to take this time to really make sure that everybody has a firm, and I mean very firm, understanding of functions before we move on. I'm going to push back data validation a little bit more, because I'm first going to go into arrays before I go into data validation. But I really want to make sure that everybody has a firm grasp on functions before we move on, because we probably won't be using functions that much. I'm more trying to show you guys the functionality of C++, rather than, how to pass 100 things to functions. That's going to be beyond the scope of our tutorial series. I might show you guys some more advanced stuff like that towards the end of the series, but as it stands right now, I don't think that that's really in the cards. So with that much being said, I'm going to make one more quick pass by reference and pass by value function, one of each, and then I'm going to give you guys some homework. I try to give you guys homework every couple of lessons just to make sure that you guys are really on par with where I am. Or, well, not on par with where I am, but on par with where the lessons are. So we're going to keep the same function names, pass by value and pass by ref, but we're going to give them each a return type. Because I wanted to show you guys something. So what we're going to do here is we're going to... Well, we're still going to be passing two numbers. So we're going to do that. And you know what we're going to do? I've got it. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a number trickery here. These need to be changed into doubles as well. Did I just change them into ints down below? I think I did. Yeah, for some reason I always change things into ints. That's like the primary thing I go for. Okay, so we're going to make two cout statements. And the cout statement is, well, we're going to make them more like this. Oh, come on. Knock that off. And the cout statements are going to be just separated by one line. And on them we're going to cout first number. And then we're going to cout, I know you haven't seen this before, \t. It's a tab. It's pretty much the same thing as using iomanip and setw. So it's just like hitting tab on your keyboard. It puts in a certain number of spaces. And then I'm going to output second number. And then I'm going to output pass by the value of first number, second number. Okay, and then I'm going to do an endl. And I'm actually going to be doing... I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to be doing pretty much the same thing again. Right here. Nope, apparently I copied the wrong thing. So I'll do it there, and just change this to pass by ref instead of value. No, not red, ref. Okay, so again, pass by value is when we're taking just the numbers contained within these variables. Reference is when we're actually taking the entire variable itself and passing it into our function. And the only difference is that we're using these little ampersands in our prototype, and we're using the ampersands before the variable names that are declared locally in the scope of the functions. So, okay, what we're going to do is... well, both of these are going to return a double. And I think what I'm just going to do is do a very simple adding one to another. So we're just going to do first plus second, and we're just going to call this sum, and we're going to make it double. So double sum equals first plus second, and then just return sum. Actually I want to do one other thing first. Got it. We're going to do first plus equals 5, and then second plus equals 5. And then we're just going to copy paste the same thing into pass by ref. Now, if this works how I assume it's going to, these should print out the same thing. So our first number is going to be, let me just make this a bit bigger so we can all see what it's doing. Our first number is going to be 10, which is going to be 15 when it gets passed. And then it's going to be, we'll make that 5, so it's going to be 10 when it's passed in and added. So we would assume that this is going to return 25 as the sum. Okay, so I don't think that that actually did what I wanted it to, because somebody forgot to... What have I done here? Oh, I forgot the second tab. Go figure. Okay, and then we just need more of those, and more of those. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. 10, 5. Okay, so in this case, you're going to notice that it's a little different, and I actually wasn't expecting that. I'm trying to figure out why it's done that. I'm just going to try something real quick and see if I can do it that way, and if it still prints out the same thing. Because I don't want to lie to you about what just happened, because I'm pretty sure that it shouldn't have done that. Okay, yeah, so that is exactly what I sort of thought happened. Still need a y/n in there too. Okay, so let me explain what happened here. I was actually wrong. It happens probably a lot more than it should. But what happened here is I forgot how statements are executed and run. Now, in this case, I was thinking about this arithmetically. I was thinking of the cout statement going from left to right, and it's going to run just like that. It's going to output first number, it's going to output second number, and then it's going to, see what this works out to. And then it's going to go down here and it's going to do the calculations on it and pass by ref, and then it's going to pass the value back. But what I forgot, this is a very important thing, is that C++ as a compiler goes line by line. It doesn't go statement by statement. So when you have a cout statement, it's going to output and make any calculations for that whole line before it executes anything in that line. So if there's a bug, it always tells you the line that the bug is on, not where the actual bug occurred in the line, which is one of my major gripes about this. So in this case, our values for first number and second number are actually being passed by this function before they get here. To make that a bit more clear, I'm going to use easy numbers like 10 and 20. And you can see here that it's going to be increased by 5. first, and then 5 again for the second number. And here's what they are when they're just being passed as values. But here's what they are when they're being passed by reference. So in this case, I actually forgot one of my own rules that I was trying to teach you guys. Something you're going to learn about C++ is there's a nearly infinite number of rules to organize and kind of memorize in your own head. In this case, I wanted to show you that we could use functions where we can use them in cout statements, and you know this double that's being returned is only being used here, but since we're passing it by reference, the entire statement gets affected. So this actually turned out to be a better learning experience for both of us than I had anticipated it being. I'm reminded of something, and you guys have learned something new by me making a fool of myself. So I'm still going to leave this product set function in here for you guys to play around with. I'm going to leave the new functions in here for you guys to play around with. And the homework that I'm going to ask you guys to do is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to ask you guys to make, and I'm hoping that you guys will delete these or at least toss them out. I'm going to ask you guys to make, let's say, 2 functions. And we're going to set a variable with 1 function in int main. So we're going to say set a variable in int main with 1 function, and I'm going to ask you to simply cout returned variable in int main, and that's what we just did above right here in this cout statement. So if you get confused or if you get lost, just look at the source code that I'm going to put up now, and you might want to take a few minutes and kind of tinker around with these functions. They're very difficult to understand if you don't come from a programming background. Alright, I'm going to leave this one semi-short. Wow, or not. Those last 12 minutes kind of flew. So, alright, I'm going to leave it at 12 minutes. You guys have a good night. I'm Damien. If you need help, comment, shoot me a message, or get in touch with me. I don't know, send smoke signals. Alright, bye.